There's a reason we say meat and potatoes when we're thinking of something that is commonplace and sustaining, something we just can't live without. I'm with Kam Quarles, who's Vice President of the National Potato Association. Kam, what's the state of the state for the potato industry in the U.S. now?
Well, this is an exciting year. We're dealing with reauthorizing a farm bill. We've got a variety of different trade negotiations are going on. We've got a new tax bill is being implemented. We've got regulatory reform. So there's a lot of things that we at the council in Washington, D.C. are trying to push the ball forward a little bit.
For those who don't know, that is your job and the calling really of National Potato Association is to represent the industry in Washington and to make the case for all these growers in the industry.
That's right. Our sister organization is Potatoes USA. They handle all the research and promotion for the industry. We are the lobbyists, the advocates for the industry in Washington, D.C. So we're everything from EPA to USDA to the Office of the Trade Representative and now the Department of Transportation with some interesting trucking rules.
So on the produce side, I think it's easy to say that potatoes are the 800-pound gorilla in the room. Does that make life any easier for potato growers?
Well, I think from my perspective as a longtime lobbyist in the specialty crop industry, the great thing about potatoes is they're grown in commercial volumes in so many different states that the number of senators and congressmen that we can call on and let them know about issues that are helpful to us or maybe harmful that we need to get undone, that playing field is so much bigger than some of my other colleagues who are in great parts of the industry, but they're just in very constrained geographical areas. It lessens their political influence.
At the same time, these same congressmen and senators who you're calling on have maybe never in U.S. history been more polarized than they are right now. How difficult does that make your job trying to reach across both sides of the aisle?
Well, it is a challenge, and this isn't casting aspersions on one side or the other, but they're just when you look at their ideologies, a lot of the folks we're dealing with, they just flat out don't understand the other side. That aisle has gotten a lot wider, and the other challenge that we're dealing with is the Congress has never been more disconnected from rural America, particularly the House. As these congressional districts become more suburban, more urban, it's an ongoing educational challenge for us, but one that we want to take up in terms of letting them know how challenging potato production is and also the tremendous benefits to their districts in terms of jobs, economic activity, international trade. It's all there if they enact the right policies to push us forward.
And that disconnect is the same reason we have difficulty getting a farm bill put in place. That's the same reason that all the discussions with NAFTA and the TPP are swirling around, and we kind of, for the first time in a long time, don't really have anything but guesses as to where we might be going with some of that.
No, that's exactly right. It seems like it's changing by the hour. We certainly are not going to back down from advising folks about how important it's been to have NAFTA in place for all this time. Canada and Mexico are our number 2 and number 3 largest export markets. And even if producers in the potato industry aren't necessarily exporting their crop, the fact of the matter is we're moving about 20% of U.S. production offshore as we exploit these international markets. So that's a good thing for everybody. Certainly there were some benefits embedded in the Trans-Pacific Partnership Agreement that have not been pursued, but we want to see them pursued. That was hands down a great win for the potato industry, and we don't want to miss out on those opportunities.
So we might not know where those kind of things are going to go, but one thing we do know, Americans aren't going to stop eating potatoes anytime soon. In Elizabeth City, North Carolina, I'm Chip Carter from SoutheastProduceWeekly.com, reporting for RFD TV.